So there has been so much slander about the iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro series in general, and honestly, I am completely in agreement with pretty much every single thing that everyone has stated about these iPhones, both in a negative way to be honest, but we gotta be a little positive. Let's go and talk about a few ways of why I love the iPhone 14 series in general. Now, I'm gonna tell you some of these are a reach, we have to be honest, but I will say one of the main things that I actually do like about the 14 series in general is the battery life. I will be honest, I didn't think it was going to be this big of a difference, but from the battery test that I did, it was actually giving me a really big amount of difference from my previous iPhones to this current generation. To give you some examples, my iPhone 13, right? When that iPhone ended up dying in my battery comparison, my iPhone 14 was still at 23%. The 12 did better than the 13, which is very weird. And some of this battery degradation probably has something to do with iOS 16, obviously, because all these iPhones were on iOS 16. But that's still pretty impressive that the iPhone 14, as of right now, on the same version of software, does have that type of capability and having that much better of a battery life, which is really cool. So that in and of itself, I really like. I also love how there is a 14 Plus looming around. Even though we haven't gotten it in hand yet, I do like how that iPhone is a bigger sized iPhone for a cheaper price than the Pro Max. So they did take away the mini lineup, but they brought in the Plus. So I do kind of like that too, a little bit if I'm being honest. I will also say the build quality, although it is the same, again, if it's not broke, don't fix it, whatever the saying is. And obviously they should have not put a notch on this thing, but it's still a pretty good display. It's still pretty good build quality too, and I think that's a pretty good thing to keep in mind as well. You're also still getting crash detection on these phones, which is really awesome, and you're still getting emergency SOS via satellite mode as well. So personally, I think that is another really cool thing that these specific phones have, and since all these iPhones have that type of capability for the 14 series, I like how Apple didn't just skimp out and put it on only like the Pro models. So I like how the standard 14s also have that type of, capability as well. I guess they had to, because if they didn't, then it'd be hard pressed to, upgrade from the 13. Now on top of that, the camera, although the features and everything are kind of the same, they did bring a few different features to the iPhone 14, which I'm really happy about. For one, they brought in action mode. So I haven't really even tested it that much, but from the, glances I've seen from different reviews, it is looking to be a pretty big difference. So I'm really happy Apple, ended up doing something like that and improving the camera quality again. And they did also kind of hit on cinematic mode. If you remember the last year or so, ever since cinematic mode came out on my 13 Pro, it hasn't really been that great of an experience, but I like how Apple has now improved it a little bit. It says the highest quality video, and they also now give us 4K video within cinematic mode as well, which I'm really, really happy about. So in terms of that, those are pretty much the main things that I like about, or that I love about the iPhone 14. There are a ton of things that I feel the opposite way about, but all is not bad. And if you're planning on buying an iPhone 14, it's still going to be a great phone that's going to last a very long time. And those are some things that I love about it. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.